You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
You are watching the leaders in full immersion gaming, and this is the pregame show only on the NBL Network.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the NBL Live pregame show, brought to you each and every week by our graphics sponsor, Web3ks.com. Doing so many graphics for the entire NBL network. We implore you, if you need graphics done for an affordable price, hit up Web3ks.com. Let them know NBL sent you. You'll get 15% off your entire order. Web3ks.com, the leaders in affordable graphic design. Thanks for tuning in tonight, folks. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, Bomber. We've got some Week 5 action coming up here on NBL Live Broadcast 223. It is the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks, and NFC West battle. Bomber, two guys don't see a whole lot of on NBL Live, Bomber, so a little opportunity for some people out there to see some new teams here on NBL Live Broadcast 223.
Yeah, tonight you're going to see the 4-0 Seattle Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Week 5 NBL Season 32, and the Los Angeles Rams are 2-2. So their hopes are high right now, but I always say hope is a dangerous drug, and that's how I'm leaning tonight because I'm going all the way Seattle, but I'll get into my prediction later. But I'm just excited to be here. And do we got some clarification on when your 200th broadcast is going to be? I think we realized yesterday it's actually going to be at 230, right?
Yeah, my first broadcast was broadcast number 30, so it'll be 200 since I joined the NBL network.
So this is 223. We got 7 more to go after that. We'll be hitting 200 broadcasts.
If you want a fun listen back, go listen to broadcast number 30. It was myself and Lip, and boy, the mic quality on that one, it was tasty. That was a fun look back at how far we've gone. As Young C Money just subscribed, appreciate the sub. Let me
interject. If you do go back there and watch episode number 30 of NBL Live, I want to preface you with this. Just watch the first 20 seconds. It starts off with a kick return touchdown, right?
Yep.
And Lip just goes, "Oh my, oh wow."
Oh
no!
Lord. Oh Lord!
The whole time on the drive as he runs back. Yeah, so it's definitely
to the network, baby.
A good opportunity to look how far we came. I'll leave it at that.
It is a really fun look back. It's a big shout out to Eric G with the sub here with his Twitch Prime. Before we get talking about the game, we're going to remind you about this up until it actually gets here. We have our second annual 64-player EA Access Tournament. First place gets that signed Saquon Barkley helmet. Couple of updates. Since we last talked about this one, we mentioned on NBL Live the other night that we do have a charity tie-in. We are working with Operation Homefront. You can check out Operation Homefront at operationhomefront.org. They do a ton of work with our military's families. The military is very important to us. We've got a bunch of vets here in the NBL. And it's a great organization that does a lot of things to help individual families, food assistance, financial assistance, and we're trying to do our part. So all donations that we get during the tournament will go towards Operation Homefront. It's going to be fantastic. And reminder, we will be sending out our first batch of acceptance letters on July 7th. If you happen to not be one of the 64 that gets into the tournament, please tune into our streams. We'll be doing a 12-hour live stream during day 1 of the tournament. And again, all donations go into Operation Homefront. Bomber. As a veteran yourself, you know how important it is to help our military families. And it's great that we're able to put on this free tournament. A reminder, free tournament to give away a bunch of prizes to the community and this year do a little good with our military.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to give back to the military. We're doing that. I mean, that's a big cause near and dear to my heart. I expressed it on the last episode. I don't want to go into it too much detail here, but definitely a great cause. Also, I have a couple more sponsors I'm cooking up on the side. Be prepared. The community's coming together for this tournament. So we got some more giveaways, some great goodies. And what you see on that video that OSU did last night on youtube.com/Madden Bomber League, you're going to be able to see kind of the format, the layout. This isn't the final draft. So on July 7th, at the end of the day, if you don't get an email, it doesn't mean you're not in. That's the first batch of emails. So the first batch usually, we probably bring people in the group, probably 8 to 12, 8 to 15. It's a small batch. So still the majority of people, the other 50 have not been accepted yet. So it's pretty much our initial acceptance phase for the applications. I think right now our applications are over 80 right now, 85.
Yep, we are well over the number that we need. So again, get them in as soon as possible because the majority of how we decide who gets in, it is sort of first come, first serve. So if you haven't already applied, we've actually separated out on the website, 365.maddenbomberleague.com. There's a separate tab for the EA Access tournament registration. Again, free to enter. All you need is EA Access on the Xbox and a GroupMe account. Lots of prizes. That first place gets that signed Saquon Barkley helmet. If you want more information, go to youtube.com/MaddenBomberLeague. We have an information video there. All right, let's get to the game at hand tonight, Bomber. We're talking about the Rams and the Seahawks. Let's take a look at some players to watch for tonight's game. And first, on the side of the Seattle Seahawks, let's look at Francis Holloway, wide receiver for the Seahawks, and he is having a monster year so far. 15 catches, 282 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And Bomber, when we look at wide receivers here on the players to watch, so many times I see guys with high yardage numbers but low touchdown numbers. Holloway is not that. He is a scorer. He already got 4 touchdowns on the air, and he's going to be looking for more against this Los Angeles Rams defense.
Yeah, you look at Francis Holloway, it's pretty much a do-it-all wide receiver here for the Seattle Seahawks. 15 catches, 282 yards. He's well and above and beyond the rest of the pack. The next guy down, Bashad Perryman, 9 catches, $135, and then under that, 3 catches, 95 yards. So Francis Holloway, 4 touchdowns. The next guy has 1. He's pretty much been a guy that I'm going to spotlight every single play if I am the Los Angeles Rams tonight, because he's just a big-time player. He has yet to break 100 yards receiving, believe it or not, but he's been consistently over that 75-yard mark. Only 3 drops on the season so far for Francis Holloway, so expect this production to continue as the targets are there. I expect him to go for 100 tonight.
It should be a great matchup, as I've got some guys in the chat. Shout out to Sandog34 joining us tonight as well as Rusta22. Hey, fellas, what's going on? I wish you, how's everybody doing? I think everybody's doing well. Double A, before we get to our other player to watch, how does it determine who gets in the tournament? Again, first come, first serve, but we actually do have behind the scenes a formula to determine who gets in, so we get a good balance of the community. So again, just apply. Just apply. It can't hurt to apply. It is free to apply and free to get in and free to play in. So just apply. Get in as early as you can. Let's take a look at the player to watch for the Los Angeles Rams. And who else but Todd Gurley, who is having a great year comparatively. Because Todd Gurley has never been a guy, Bomber, who has put up high rushing averages. We usually see him right around 4 yards, even under that. But he has 212 rushing yards on the year on 44 carries, averaging 4.8 per carry. And we're seeing the Rams this year really make an effort to give the ball to Todd Gurley, Bomber, because we've seen A.J. Baggs have trouble in the last couple of seasons turning the ball over. They're really making a concerted effort to run the ball, and Gurley's making it happen on the ground.
Yeah, you got to make a conservative effort to give the ball to Todd Gurley, because if you don't, you're going to be in trouble if you're the Los Angeles Rams. Now, I want to take a look at Todd Gurley's cycle so far. We're in our 7th season. He has not rushed for over 955 yards this entire cycle, and his highest came NBL season 27. The second season into this Madden 18 cycle, he was 6.6 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns on 955 yards. We have seen a Todd Gurley that has been pretty much diluted since then. He's between 4 to 5 yards per carry, as you mentioned. Just not a guy that's really had that leadership role, not just in the locker room, but on the field. We've only seen him hit double-digit touchdowns twice, but yet not get over 1,000 yards rushing on a season. That has to be just a little disappointing now at 29 years old. Todd Gurley has not lived up to the hype here in the NBL.
Doughboy in the chat saying, "What's up, OSU?" Doughboy, go play your game. Just go play your game. Leave this on in the background. Before we get to Bombers predictions, let's take a look at what the Bleacher Report, our good guys over at the NBL Bleacher Report, their predictions for this game. Bomber, it's a lot of people leaning towards the Seahawks. Bananas, Fella, and JY all leaning towards the Seahawks. Timbo going against the grain, taking the Los Angeles Rams. MBM, of course, in this game as the Seahawks, but you got to think he'd be picking himself. Bomber, who do you like in this game? Two NFC West teams early in the season. This could be one of those games that can really steer how this division goes. Who do you like in this matchup here in Week 5?
I said it earlier, I was Seattle all the way, and just to be different, I'm not going to go with the Los Angeles Rams. Anybody taking the Los Angeles Rams right now either is biased towards that franchise, is a fan of that franchise, or is a fan of the owner. But if you just look at it from a non-biased perspective, and you're objectively looking at both of these teams laying out right in front of you, you can't go with the Los Angeles Rams. You got to go Seattle. I'm going Seattle and Seattle big today. 38-17 is my final score prediction, and I think it's going to be 38-10 with maybe a touchdown coming in trash time for the Los Angeles Rams. I just feel like the Seattle Seahawks team, who has dominated this division this entire cycle, they have not lost their division. The entire cycle, they're there with the Los Angeles Chargers, but the Seahawks are actually balling out right now. They're 4-0. I'm going with MBM, Seattle Seahawks, big time here over the Los Angeles Rams.
Only one way to find out. Doughboy saying, "Get your facts together." Bob is at work. Doughboy, that is no attitude to have. Okay, it's no attitude. Play a game. Bob should have an Xbox at work. Bomber, I think everybody should have an Xbox at work. Isn't that the way to go? Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is something that legislation needs to be
Absolutely
definitely discussed.
Let's talk about some important legislative affairs. Now, let's get to our NBL Live game. We appreciate you tuning in to the NBL Live pregame show, but we've got Week 5 action coming up now. It is the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks, two teams looking to vie for that top spot in the division. Let's get to it right now here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the NBL Network. Holla.
Empty backfield for Atkins. He's going to be dropping back to pass here on 4th down. He's looking deep over the middle. He has a man. It's Brandon Cooks who catches it, makes a man miss.
Oh, that's
Woodard is
touchdown.
dropping back. He's got open over the middle. It's
Wow. That big playmaker ability as he finds him again.
Into the end zone. Another touchdown. And it is game time here on the NBL Network, NBL Live broadcast 223, and we've got a rainy game here in Seattle. It's an early NFC West battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning into NBL Live. I'm always you. I'm hanging out with my man, Bomber. Bomber, this NFC West has been really a dogfight all seasons of this cycle. There hasn't really been one team maybe that has separated themselves out. This Seattle team, though, is coming in as sort of the favorite for the division. But with a Rams win today, does that change the fortunes of either of these teams?
We've seen this before. We've seen it close. The thing about Seattle is they always end up on top. But the truth is that it hasn't really been that pretty, OSU. I mean, we've seen it multiple seasons since NBL season 26 to now NBL season 32. We've seen it for those 6 seasons, and I think we'll see it a 7th season. Seattle just finds a way to grind their way on top. So if the Rams win tonight, to answer your question, I don't think it changes much. I still think Seattle will just find a way, whether it's a game or it's a division lead or it's just head-to-head. They'll find a way to get this W and win that division.
1st and 10 for the Rams, starting with the ball. A.J. Baggs under center, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and Baggs dropping back to pass. On 1st and 10, he looks underneath. It is complete down to the 32-yard line. 5 yards on the play. Dog in the chat saying, rain in Seattle, surely not. Bombers, I like to stay. You can stick that where the sun don't shine. Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be rainy here, 10-mile-per-hour wind, and that's big because A.J. Baggs has looked bad, so at least now if he looks really bad, at least he'll have an excuse. Tyrell Williams gets the first catch on the day.
Tyrell Williams, the former Los Angeles Charger, just driving up the road to the Rams and playing in Los Angeles again with A.J. Baggs under center. 2nd and 5, handoff to Todd Gurley over the right side. He's got some room. He's up past the 45, past midfield. One man to beat. Spin move for Gurley, and he's got some room to the 20, to the 10. Todd Gurley showing off the fancy footwork with the spin cycle. Touchdown, Rams.
What a spin move there by Todd Gurley. He kind of plants the right foot on the right sideline, spins back inside, and just like that, leaves his opponent in the dust. This is an older linebacker core, an older secondary for the Seattle Seahawks, and they're showing their age right there because when it's raining and 10-mile-per-hour wind, you got to expect going to get a heavy dose of Todd Gurley. He was our player to watch for NBL Live Broadcast 223, and just like that, he's showing out. He's trying to say, hey, Seattle might be undefeated, but they haven't played us yet, and we're going to put that L on their record after tonight.
And big shout out to NBL October with the sub in the chat. Jay Baston joining us tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Quite a start here. The Los Angeles Rams, 2 plays in. Todd Gurley takes it to the house. A big start for the Rams, who are the underdog in this game. Seattle coming in undefeated. The Rams, Last season of the cycle, owner Serpent looking for some division success as Al Mizzle 1 joining us in the chat. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. 1st and 10 for the Seattle Seahawks, and that is Deshaun Kaiser under center. He's got 2 wide receivers split over to left side, I formation. And on 1st down, it's going to be a handoff to Derek Bradford, who got a nice run juke move. He's got some room up the sidelines. Oh, no! How about an answer from Bradford? 10-5 touchdown Seahawks as he dances his way into the end zone. LA, you do it in 2 plays. Bradford says, I got you in 1.
Absolutely. Derek Bradford, a name that we don't speak of too much. He's averaging 5.7 yards per carry, 6 foot, 202 pounds, former first-round pick in NBL Season 30 rookie draft. And guess what his speed is, OSU? If you couldn't tell by there, just take a guess where you think his speed is at right now.
That was looking like a 93 speed.
That's a 96 speed.
Oh, my
96
Lord.
speed,
Oh,
6
God.
foot, 202 pounds. Phenomenal. 94 juke move, 90 agility. Derek Bradford, the only thing that will hold him back, and they said this when he was playing with the Cornhuskers in Nebraska, is injuries. And he's really been tested on that front. But what a great start to this game for Derek Bradford. He's looking electric.
I apologize right there. I basically turned into Foghorn Leghorn when I heard there was 96 speed. Oh my God, I do declare, well, I never saw a running back with that sort of speed, as now we've got the Los Angeles Rams looking to answer the one-play touchdown on the side of the Seattle Seahawks, 7-7. We're not even a minute into this ball game, folks. NBL Live broadcast 223. It's AJ Baggs, 3 wide receivers. He's got Todd Gurley in the backfield, and why not give it to the man again? This time he gets 2 yards. A little more disappointing, bringing up a 2nd and a short 9.
Yeah, runs into number 52 right there. The linebacker core, as we said earlier, has been, suspect at best for the Seattle Seahawks. They have an older linebacker core, an older secondary, but they're in a transition year right now. Watch Drakeford, the outside linebacker for the Seattle Seahawks. He's a big-time player, and they still have Bobby Wagner there at middle linebacker.
And it's Baggs dropping back on 2nd and 9, 4-man rush from the Seahawks. He looks underneath him. Bomber, Nostra Bomber over here talking about Bobby Wagner. He comes in and makes a big play on 2nd down.
Bobby Wagner is probably still somehow a competitive player in the NBL, even though his age probably makes you think, oh man, at 33 years old, can he really still play the position? The answer is absolutely yes, and yes again, because this guy's a straight-up beast.
AJ Baggs under center, 3 wide receivers out there. He's going to drop back to pass on 3rd and 9. Rush coming around the right side. Picked up nicely by the offensive line, but AJ Baggs does what he does best and throws it right to the defender. That's Bobby Wagner. Back-to-back plays and bomber. AJ Baggs came into this league, took the league by storm, but since then, it has been nothing but a downhill trajectory, mostly because of boneheaded throws like that. That was one that was never open.
When in doubt, post route seems to be the reason why AJ Baggs struggles so much for the Los Angeles Rams. And the 78 speed, 78 excel, 33-year-old Bobby Wagner, still looking kind of quick against throws like that. He still looks pretty special.
In the words of Katy Perry, do you ever feel like a plastic Baggs? Right there, a bad throw, and on 1st and 10, it's Granville going in motion for Deshaun Kaiser. Going to hand it off to Derek Bradford. Why not? He went to the house on the first run, and he's got another big gain here. Spin move up the field past the 23-yard line. 96 yards on 2 carries, Bomber. For those of you doing the math at home, that's a darn good rushing average.
You have to contain Derek Bradford. I'm already noticing a theme here. They run motion Panther zone, an inside zone run. He bounces it outside. If you don't contain outside and force him inside, you're going to have a really, really tough halfback to handle defensively for the Rams. So what they have to do is force him back inside to the help, to the linebacker core, because he can't take linebacker hits, and he knows it. That's why he's veering outside. He's trying to get one-on-one with the cornerback or one-on-one with a safety.
Play action pass. Kaiser throwing a little bubble screen to Holloway. He's got some room over there. Makes a man miss. Makes another man miss. He'll get up to the 15-yard line. A little pushing and shoving after the play with Brashad Perriman. 8 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 2. And Bomber Deshaun Kaiser has been actually pretty stellar for the Seattle Seahawks, leading them to this 4-0 record.
He's poised, he's under control, he's in a great system. When you have a running attack as good as Derek Bradford has been for the Seahawks, it just opens everything up passing, and he has a couple great weapons, including Holloway at wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks.
And he's rolling out on 2nd and 2. He's going to dump this off underneath the Granville, and boy, what a throw there by Kaiser. He saw the man breaking off the zone coverage to try to bring down Kaiser, and he just sort of did that little pop pass over the top to Granville, picked up a 1st down.
Yeah, nice move right there. As we said, simplifying the offense for DeShone Kizer. It has been that way so far in Seattle. They're using a lot of Russell Wilson-style plays for him, but those are simple plays. You're rolling out, you're booting to the strong side of the field. You got a man in front of you. It's just a simple little pitch and catch for DeShone Kizer.
Waters coming in motion on 1st and 10. They're going to run a little counterplay with Derek Bradford, who runs into a defender out there. That counterplay read beautifully, and Kyle, the flat killer Matt Miller in the chat. If you didn't get it from the 9 people who answered you, DeShone Kizer's at quarterback, so I just wanted to be number 10. 7-7 your score right now, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, a little counterplay to the left side.
Yeah.
Just let off the turbo just a little bit and kind of veer yourself up inside. But right there, he tries to bounce it outside a little too quickly.
There's a great contain there on the edge by the cornerback, making sure he doesn't get all the way outside. 2nd and 12, and it is Kizer dropping back. 4-man rush from the Rams. He's going to find Holloway underneath, but that looked like a cover 2 out there, ready to stop anything underneath. That was actually a cover 3, but they were playing underneath hard and held Holloway to a short gain. Going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
I'm kind of surprised, getting inside of the red zone in a 10-mile-per-hour wind, rain fest that we have here in Seattle right now. You expect what? Some ground and pound. But instead, we've seen a lot of play action, trying to sell hard on the run and play action booting, staying in the pocket, looking for wide receivers. Very unorthodox kind of play calling here for the Seattle Seahawks.
Throw to the back of the end zone, went for that high pass, and it was too high for anybody. As Cringe in the chat saying, Kizer, so good in Madden, so butt in real life. Somebody who had DeShone Kizer on his team, I'm going to let you know he's not that good in Madden either. On 4th and 8, if Kizer was that good, he wouldn't be on his 3rd team. It's up. It's good. 10-7 your score. If you're the Rams defense, you got to feel really good about we're getting a stop there and keeping the Seahawks out of the end zone.
Yeah, as long as the offense doesn't continue to put them in these kind of spots where they're just saying, okay, if we can just hold the 3, I'd like my offense to at least give my defense some field position. They failed to do it on that turnover early in this game as A.J. Baggs threw an interception that automatically put the Seattle Seahawks in field goal range, but the defense does their part. They hold them to just 3, and the Rams are still in this game.
Sometimes especially here in the NBL, you get into those situations, you just got to hold on to your life. It's about keeping yourself in it, not playing yourself out of it. A.J. Baggs going to have to recover after that early interception. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the right, 1 to the left. Todd Gurley in the backfield on 1st and 10. It's going to be Gurley getting the carry, trying to find some room on the outside. Oh, he made David Emerson look silly on that play, and he's going to pick up a 16-yard gain. Bomber, David Emerson is going to be featured on SportsCenter with those 2 broken ankles. What a move there by Todd Gurley.
Know, did you hear that? Did you hear it?
I heard it. There it is. That's the one. That's it.
The music was playing. What a move there by Todd Gurley. And that wasn't the traditional.
Wait, do you hear that? Do you hear that?
What's that?
That was his ankles breaking.
Oh, I thought that was a candy wrapper.
No, I don't have any candy here.
Bottle? Plastic bottle?
There's a bottle.
Yeah, his ankle definitely snapped. That wasn't a traditional juke. That was an in and a back out. Very nice move there for Todd Gurley.
And Baggs looking to the out route on 1st down. It is complete to the 47-yard line. I believe that was Sammy Watkins with the catch. And Bomber, this Rams team has no shortage of weapons offensively. Quarterback position, turnovers has been the bugaboo for this Rams team looking to get out of that top 10 pick.
This is consistently the same thing over and over. Tyrell Williams, Sammy Watkins, Gerald Everett, Robert Woods, and tight end number 2, Rob Gronkowski. A lot of weapons here for A.J. Baggs, but we need to see a difference in play. We actually need to see the production on the field this season.
Baggs rolling out to the right side on 2nd and 4, throws it back across the middle. That's incomplete, and they're going to get a pass interference on that play, and I hate that call. I hate that call. It's happened a couple times to me. Across the middle, any contact there, they're going to throw that flag, and L.A.'s gifted a 1st down.
Not a guy you normally see getting penalized is Robert Wagner, Bobby Wagner, whatever you want to call him. This man's 33 years old. He comes to the game with a button-up suit and tie. He's ready to go kind of guy. But right now, he just found himself at a wrong place, wrong uniform at the wrong time, as what could have been an interception ends up being a defensive pass interference. 1st down and now they're at their 40-yard line. 3
tight ends, 2 to the right side, 1 to the left. Sammy Watkins, the lone wide receiver. Todd Gurley in the backfield for A.J. Baggs. On 1st and 10, they're going to hand it off to him on the counterplay. He gets stuck on his own block and is going to be taken down to the 40-yard line. And Bomber, I was watching that play. It looked like it could have gone for a big one if Todd Gurley was able to find that hole accurately. Unfortunately, he ran into his own big hoss on the outside and was taken down for no gain.
Yeah, as many counters as you see the Los Angeles Rams run, you think that the timing and patience from Todd Gurley would be there, but the line play is a little bit better this year. Gurley's got to learn to trust his line just a little bit more and kind of get inside a little bit and not be so quick to hit that turbo button.
Toss play to Todd Gurley on the outside. The blocking is good. He's up past the 30-yard line, picking up the 1st down. Big 1st down there for Todd Gurley, showing off the speed. And what a job, Bomber. by this offensive line, opening up the hole and sealing the edge for Todd Gurley.
Very similar running styles for both of these teams. We see outside runs, counter runs, both having speed backs. Even though Todd Gurley's 29 years old, slowly starting that Madden decline, he still looks like he has a lot of tread left on those tires.
And they're showing that big formation. Once again, 3 tight ends, and on first down, it's a play-action pass. A.J. Baggs looking to throw it, and he finds the tight end on the out route at the 18-yard line. Nice throw there by Baggs. Accurate on the money to pick up the first down as Everett picks up 10 on the play.
You know, in the military, they have a saying, an acronym. It's called KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. And A.J. Baggs hasn't been the brightest quarterback, but they're keeping it simple for him right now, and it's starting to make him look really good in that pocket, along with Todd Gurley running the ball.
And he's going to get a toss play to the outside, and bummer. Todd Gurley's had some nice runs today, but when he's been required to make a patient read, it's been, frankly, atrocious. Right there, he just got impatient and cut up the middle when he shouldn't have. He should have been dancing in the end zone.
The guy that just basically uses his speed every play. 2 counter plays, 2 tosses, and then a stretch play. These are all speed related. He's not using between the ears and really pacing his runs.
The ghost truck doesn't work as it's a fumble, and it's picked up by Sanu, and Sanu's got some room on the left side. He's going to take this one all the way. 20, 15, 10, 5 defense in Seattle turns that turnover differential to a plus 11. They put +6 on the board there, Bomber. Score, touchdown, Seahawks.
NBL Season 30 first-round pick from UCLA, the Bruins, Shane Sanu, 6'1", 226
That's not
pounds.
Mohammed. That's not Mohammed Sanu.
That's not Mohamed Sanu. That's Shane Sanu. 85 speed, 89 excel, 86 pursuit, 85 awareness. And right there, you just saw his athleticism. 6'1", 226, a little light in the tail. But they got him out there for those specific reasons, to make big dog plays, pick the ball up, and really just capitalize on turnovers. And you saw it right there from the former first-round pick.
And so 2 turnovers by the Rams. A.J. Baggs' interception, the fumble there by Everett. It's turned into 10 points. That's your difference in the ball game, folks. 17-7, Seattle on top. LA getting the ball. It's been a jam-packed first quarter. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, Bomber. NBL Live broadcast 223 here on the NBL Network. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. 1st and 10. 3 wide receivers. 3 tight ends. 2 to the right side, 1 over to the left. 1 wide receiver split out wide right. That tight end's going in motion now. And on first down, it's a play-action pass for Baggs. Waiting, looking for a shot over the middle. That's overthrown and thrown right to Charlton, and the wheels have come off already. And Charlton's running it back the other way, past midfield to the 40. He's winding and weaving his way through the offense. 25, spin move. He'll be taken down at the 20. What a return by Charlton. Bomber, the Rams are falling apart. Right here on NBL Live under the bright lights. They've gotten too hot in LA.
You look at the turnovers from the Los Angeles Rams so far. It's all been between the ears of A.J. Baggs. What are you doing? Trying to take a deep shot down the field, trying to chase away that 10-point deficit on one play is never a good idea, especially for a young quarterback in these conditions. 10-mile-per-hour wind, and the rain's coming down like crazy. You got to be smarter than that.
1st and 10 toss play to Derek Bradford, who hasn't gotten a whole lot of touches because the Seahawks offense hasn't had the ball, but he's up over 100 yards already on 4 carries. We've reached the end of the first quarter. That's right. That's not a typo. First quarter, it is 17-7. Seattle's on top, and Seattle has the ball on the 13-yard line. And Bomber, we're going to have to find some things to talk about because this one is looking like it's going to get broken open.
I got a nice statement from October in the chat right now. Goes back to that fumble that just happened for the Los Angeles Rams. He goes, he trucked the imaginary defender, then got cracked by the real one. I thought that was a pretty clever way to say stop truck, stick in air.
Just don't do it. As now 3rd and 3 for Seattle. Touchdown here makes this game real hard to get back into. As 3rd and 3, it's going to be Kaiser in the shotgun. 2 in the backfield within 3 wide receivers. 2 to the right, 1 over to the left side. Kaiser driving back to pass on 3rd and 3. Blitz picked up nicely. He looks over the middle. He finds Rashad Perriman, and what a patient throw there by Deshaun Kaiser. Bomber, he just takes that power step out of the pocket, waits for that dig to come open, and it's a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
And the great beauty about what Deshaun Kaiser is doing, he's getting outside of the pocket. He's waiting for his receiver, and if his receiver stayed guarded, he could have ran for that first down.
1st and goal for the Seahawks. It is Kaiser under center, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 tight end. On the left side of that formation, Derek Bradford in the backfield. It's going to be Bradford getting the carry. And the LA Rams were very prepared for the Seattle Seahawks to be running it on first down as they get some early penetration and bring him down in the backfield at the 7-yard line. Going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
And that loss puts Derek Bradford under 100 yards. So if they're able to contain him the rest of the game, he might not have a 100-yard performance, even though at one point he did. So there's some facts for you right there here on NBL Live broadcast number 223.
Always bringing the knowledge here on NBL Live. Second and goal. Bradford going in motion. Looks like they're setting up the little swing screen. And it turns out that the Rams were prepared for that one. As great recognition there by the secondary. And they're able to bring down Bradford for a loss of 4 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and goal.
I know how bad the offense of the Los Angeles Rams has been, but this defense has not been bad, especially inside the red zone. They're rated 6th in the NBL red zone defense. Let's see if they can get a stop here on 3rd and goal and hold this to just a 2-possession game.
Would be big for their confidence, and maybe will help A.J. Baggs get started. 3rd and goal. It is Kaiser dropping back. 5-man rush coming from the Rams, and there's Granville. He's all alone. He's in the end zone. How did the Rams lose track of Granville? He's just standing in the end zone, and the Rams defense, just after Bomber compliments them, goes, hey, not so fast, Bomber. Put that compliment away. We're going to leave this guy wide open on the sit route. Touchdown, Hawks, 24-7.
Simple curl in the middle of the field confuses zone coverage. He thinks, okay, this guy's got it. Oh, and the other guy's thinking, okay, he's got it. And in the end, they left him wide open for a good amount of that play, too. I saw it earlier in that play. He didn't even have to low pass it. So the 10-mile-per-hour rainy conditions don't seem to really be bothering Deshaun Kaiser right now because he's making all the throws. And the Seahawks are up 24-7.
Bomber, what sort of chances are you giving the LA Rams to get back in this game?
I'm giving them the same chances I gave them when this game started. I said the game would be 38-17 as a finish. I think it'll be 38-10 going into the 4th quarter. I think they get a touchdown at the end. Let's see how close it is. The chance I give them, there's always a chance. We'll go 10%.
A.J. Baggs in the shotgun, empty backfield, and this is where it can get dangerous when they're just trying to throw to get something going. He finds a man on the right side. Nice throw. Tight throw on the right side, finding Tyrell Williams. And Bomber, Baggs putting up some good numbers this year. Last year, 75.5 quarterback rating, 11 touchdowns, 22 interceptions. This year, he's completing 72% of his passes for a quarterback rating of 101.4. He's thrown 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, but those 5 interceptions, 4 of them were against the Dallas Cowboys in Week 2 as they handed off to Todd Gurley on 1st down and not a whole lot there. How much do you believe in A.J. Baggs in L.A.?
Well, you're talking about his stats from last season to this year. Gives you some kind of hope. But when he's bad, he's really bad. So for a top pick in the NBL Season 30 rookie draft out of Louisville, 6'4", 228, they said he can do it all. He's got 94 throw power. This is the year. You'd have to prove it to me this year that you're somebody. And right now, with this game added to what you just told me, I just don't see it.
As a corner route, it is complete up past the 34-yard line and back-to-back really nice throws from A.J. Baggs to get him into scoring range. Bomber, this feels like a touchdown here is almost necessary to keep the Rams in this game.
It does. They got to move the ball. They got to come away with points here, preferably a touchdown. Right now, they're down 17 points. That's a 3-score game. Got to knock that down to a 2-score game before the end of the half. That's got to be the goal for this offense.
Baggs moving around in the pocket. He looks underneath. It is complete. Juke move doesn't work. He's gonna be taken down to the 27-yard line. 7 of 10 to start this game. So Bomber, he's only thrown 1 incompletion. Unfortunately, the 2 other incompletions on his record were to that team in green.
And they've been deeper passes. You notice the interceptions start piling up as he tries to go deeper down the field. Right now, 7 completions, 72 yards. That's at that range where I say everything's kind of underneath or intermediate. We haven't seen him really drive the ball down the field.
Lots of people saying an interception is incoming. Let's see if Baggs can buck the trend here on 2nd and 3. It's a play-action pass. Waiting, has a man open over the middle, but he's going to wait for the other guy to come open over the middle. He's going to throw a touchdown. INT this, everybody in the chat. A.J. Baggs put one on the money. It's a big touchdown for the Rams to settle down their offense and cut this back to a 2-score ball game.
A couple guys in the chat saying the Rams were moving on that play as the extra points up and good. Pricey say he's moving. Eric G say Rams getting into a rhythm. We did see the Rams drive down the field twice now. One ended on a pick 6 and the other one ended with a fumble. So they've been in scoring range 2 times to show 0 points for it. But right there, A.J. Baggs does what I never want a quarterback to do. Pass on a wide open guy to hang in the pocket for 2 more seconds to try to hit a guy for a touchdown.
Wow.
It ended up working out, but man, that guy across the middle, wide open.
I wouldn't rely on that too often. That seems like something that's destined for disaster.
Yeah.
That's just from experience in Oakland. I know there's not a whole lot of turnovers in Detroit, but that happens in Oakland a couple times. Whoa, sorry. 2:36 to go here in the first half, 24-14. And now it's going to be up for the Rams defense to keep them in this game. Holding them to no points here would be huge. As Waters coming in motion on 1st and 10. It's going to be Derek Bradford getting the carry over the right side. And this defensive line is winning the battle up front. Bombers, they've been able, outside of the first run from Derek Bradford that went to the house, they've really contained him since then.
I don't think he can run up the middle. I think there really is an issue here with this halfback, Derek Bradford. As much as an electric as he looks, he seems to be a home run hitting halfback who just cannot really get you the runs up the middle of the field. And I think if the Los Angeles Rams look at this tape and look at what they know about this guy, start forcing him back inside, they're going to have some opportunities here.
2nd and 11. It is Kaiser dropping back. Big rush. Looking over the middle for Holloway, but not a whole lot there. And Bomber, I got to give a big shout out to somebody in the chat. It's our very own Gub, who has been gifting subscriptions left and right. If you get one of those, thank your lucky stars for Santa Gub out there. He's giving away what I'm going to call Gubscriptions.
We just got to hope that credit card doesn't bounce. What is the limit on this Gubscription account?
It's not a lot. 3rd and 11. Big opportunity here for the Rams. Looking to the out route. When in doubt, out route. He finds Waters. It is complete down to the 43-yard line. Big first down. Picked up by the Seahawks.
Yeah, as good as Kaiser kind of is throwing the ball here, I mean, look at his completions to his yards. It's just not that impressive. It's all underneath. The deepest routes he's looking is post routes and out routes. The Rams just have to pick that up. User coverage has to come into play here. I see a very simplistic offense that can be easily stopped here for the Los Angeles Rams. They just need to make a play.
1st and 10 as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Kaiser's in the pistol formation. He's got Bradford in the backfield. 2 wide receivers. Play action pass. He drops back on 1st and 10. He's going to look to the flat. He finds Derek Bradford, who did a great job of making catch for the friendly ghost. Missed the tackle, but really didn't fake out anybody with that spin move. Only going to pick up 1. Going to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's 8 completions. For, what was it, 40 yards? That's 5 yards of completion, and you're including Rack, and he just threw a 12-yard out route. I mean,
it's a lot of out and drag.
A lot of underneath stuff, a lot of halfback stuff. That can be picked up on here, and you can adjust defensively to those kind of throws.
2nd and 9, he makes a deep throw, and Bomber, he took a chance, and he found somebody on the Rams as it's picked off, and he is running all the way up to the 37-yard line. Johnson with the pick. So we've been imploring them to do anything more than throw it underneath. Maybe they should go back to that, because the first time they really take any sort of chance, Bomber, it ends up in the hands of a Rams, and it's a huge opportunity now for LA to get back in this game.
When Kaiser was actually forced to make a read there, you had some negative results immediately. He missed the man early, waited too long, threw it a little late. It got away from him. Interception for the Rams.
Now can A.J. Baggs hold on to the ball? 1st and 10. Looks to the flat. It is complete. That possession catch is so nice to pick up that 1 yard. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Hopefully something fixed in Madden 19. We're talking about real player motion. It's confirmed. I mean, Clint has said the sidelines are going to be much more open. The game's going to play a little slower, but a lot smoother. And that's something we probably all want as players of this game.
By the way, big shout out. I just saw the score pop up. I see through you. Owner of the Texans beat Tout and the Colts 12-10 in a game filled with, I assume, field goals. 2nd and 9. Waiting. Looks at the post route. Hits all sorts of open. That skinny post in Madden 18 is money against 2 high safeties. The man coverage couldn't contain it, and the Rams are all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
That's the limitations of having Bobby Wagner there. We're saying 2 high safeties. That wasn't well. But look at that post route. If Bobby Wagner would have been a little quicker and he would have the athleticism, he's 78 speed, 76 acceleration right now, 33 years old. He just is not able to get in front of that ball and make a play on the line of the ball, and it just allows the over-the-top throw.
Nice draw play there to Todd Gurley, but he is down holding his left leg. And that could be a big loss here for the Rams, as he has been a big part of their offense. Bomber, sort of the engine that makes the whole team go. If he goes down for an extended period of time, it's going to be on A.J. Baggs, and I don't think anybody in L.A. wants that.
Absolutely not, because A.J. Baggs has not been good. It's arguably one of the most up-and-down quarterbacks in NBL history. When he's good, and when he's bad, he's horrible.
Sap. The NFC West has a lot of those quarterbacks. I'm just saying. 2nd and 4 for the Rams. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 over to the left side. For A.J. Baggs in the shotgun here. 59 seconds to go. They have 2 timeouts remaining after that injury to Gurley. And on 2nd and 4, boy, the seam route is all open. The seam route is so open. The seam route's in the end zone. And A.J. Baggs is on his back. Drakeford getting in the backfield. Boy, he did not want to throw that seam route at any point, Bomber.
When you have a
it's a 4 verticals. What are you looking for?
when you have a history of looking for the obvious open pass, and when it was there, he still didn't trust it. The history, it's in his head. This is all psychological. This is a kid with all the ability, former first-round pick, big dog player in college. I mean, A.J. Baggs was the man. And now he's thrown a couple interceptions. Just looks a little shook here on NBL Live broadcast. 223.
I just don't know what you're looking for. I get if the seam is a part of 4 different routes, but they're all running the same route. You're looking at somebody up the field, just throw it. As he looks to the outside, and now he overthrows a nice read there. As Todd Gurley will be okay, will return for the Rams. They're going to have to settle for a field goal here from the 35-yard line. I'm just baffled, Bomber. They run 4 verticals. It's all streak routes and seam routes. Who are you looking at on that play? Because the only defense you're trying to run that against is a cover 2 or 3. You're still looking at the interior receivers.
I think he was looking at the open man, the slot seam.
Oh, no.
Getting wide open as he just completely blows his kick. Wow. That hurt.
Justin Tucker has an opportunity to take the kicking game in L.A. I'm starting to not believe that Serpent accidentally turned off his Xbox. I'm starting to think. I'm just saying, it's suspect.
There's much more user error here involved than he's letting on. Okay, and I think AJ Baggs on that 4 verticals was looking at the seam. I just think, he just didn't really want to make that
It's
throw.
the Wildcat, baby! Drakeford's going to take the snap here. PJ Albury coming over. Drakeford's going to keep it. He's got some room on the outside, up past the 50, up past the 45. Spin move, makes 2-man miss, and he's got 1 man to beat, shoved out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Look at that, the Wildcat Bomber. It works. It works late game. And right there, Derek Bradford showing off the wheels.
Yeah, if your user's not over there to make the play, Wildcat is going to work. You need to get over there and force the guy back inside. You know what Wildcat it is. It's the one where the man goes in motion and he keeps it. And if you really don't trust your user, just run commit. That's what I do. I just run commit and take the safety.
First and 10. Looks
A's
over
wide
to
open.
the C route.
This guy, he can't make a read. Honestly, he's either really scared or he can't make a read because that seam route. So basically, they had 2 high safeties, and one of the safety was rolling to the top, but he just completely overrolled, and it was so wide open. All you had to do was hit the button. You probably could have lobbed it. And he doesn't take it. Now he's settling for 3. So I hope it comes back to bite him. But Deshaun Kaiser playing well within himself, not really trusting himself. Arguably, maybe a smart thing to do for him, as he hasn't had much success this Madden cycle as a starting quarterback.
Shadow in the chat saying, do you think he's playing wireless? Look, I only know of one person who's confirmed to play wireless. I won't suspect anybody else of that. I'm just saying it's a little suspect. 27-14 your score, and Seattle's going to get the ball. And Bomber, the Rams defense is not making it very hard on Deshaun Kaiser right now.
No, they're not. I mean, they're playing some soft coverage, especially on that Wildcat run. You couldn't afford to give up points there after that shanked field goal before the end of the half.
6-point swing.
It was a 6-point swing. And you had the opportunity to cut this to a 1-score game, and you didn't do it. Now it's back to 13 points. And the worst thing is that Seattle gets the ball to start the second half. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now that isn't good for the Rams as he morphed between that center right there and somehow didn't get a penalty.
Granville's going to get the carry on 1st and 10, and
once again, okay, let me continue to bash Kaiser there.
Sure.
So he flipped. That play's obviously flipped from what you're seeing. Tight end 2, which is Gronkowski, he's on a dig. He's about to get wide open, and he's going to have a ton of space if you lead him upfield after he gets past that yellow zone. You could have thrown right at him. He was about to get wide open. You had a clean pocket, but instead you just take the underneath immediately because you do not trust your system to actually work. You're not trusting the offensive line. I didn't like that throw by Kaiser. I thought it was way too early. Might not hurt him this game, but down the stretch, teams are going to start adjusting.
Second and 8, Waters coming in motion, and on second down it's going to be Derek Bradford getting the carry over the right side. Good blocking. He's going to pick up the first down and more spin move. And Bomber, I don't know if you can tell this.
He just spins every time he gets the sideline.
That right stick, MBM's controller, that right stick must be worn down because he uses it a lot.
Absolutely, and I think he's just actually hitting the B button. So even less impressive.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of jukes too. That's why I think it might be the
well, I don't know, that Todd Gurley juke. I don't know what that was. That was like left, right. That was like a double juke. That's basically a guy who really doesn't know what he's doing.
I'm sorry. Double A, in the grid, by the way. He says, and I quote, "What's wrong with playing on wireless?"
That's not ideal. I mean, what do you mean what's wrong with it?
Everything?
Yeah.
Darth Ben's saying wireless is the future. Bomber, just. I I need a minute. You take this.
I mean, you obviously want to be wired because it's a better, more reliable connection. I mean, that can't be argued, right? And wireless just
apparently it can.
Reliable. I mean, you can just run speed tests by yourself with wireless, and you can see.
Granville makes the catch.
He was looking A the entire way there.
I'm just sad right now. I'm just sad because everybody is subscribing to the Brawler internet plan, and it makes me sad inside.
Timbo in the chat saying the Rams should send heat, and they should cover the hard flats. And then he forgot to mention one other important fact. User the middle linebacker there because he's only looking over the middle or the hard flats. What? And if you send heat, you're going to force him to make a quick read. Got an opportunity to get a pick. It's very simple stuff here.
Misses the drag route. I'm still in here. Double A going, I'll go get a wired controller. I'm sorry. We're not talking
about controllers, Double A. Come on. Maybe his nickname's Double A. You got a battery brain. I don't know. That's just me.
Like my soul is slowly dying. I'm just letting everybody know.
We're talking about to your router, right? To your internet connection.
Wireless internet. I could not care what your controller is on.
Controller wireless. I admit it's flawless. I used to actually think
I have a wired. The post route over the middle. That's an easy read, and Holloway dropped it. Boy, yeah,
dropped them finally. Let's go.
It's a lot of just.
Okay, let's go back to this wired controller. Because back in the day, I did think wireless controllers did not have the response time that a wired controller has, but now, completely, wireless controllers are phenomenal. But internet-wise, as far as going to your router, wireless it's just not there.
I actually have a wired, and by a wired controller, I mean I just have the USB plug that charges my controller with a chargeable battery. I love it because I can keep it plugged in all the time, and then when I need it wireless, I just unplug it. It's got a full battery. It's an out route read to Holloway, third down. You've got to user up the coverage there, Bomber. It's every time on third down you have to user it and know the out route is coming.
Yeah, when in doubt, out route with Seattle. Lions played them in the playoffs last year. Got a whole bunch of that. That's what's going to happen on third and long. You just gotta realize what it is and have coverage over there. Play the short side of the field versus the long side of the field.
Oh, fumble for Bradford! It's picked up by the Rams, and the big boy is running! Oh, do I love to see this? He's out of gas, and Kaiser brings him down as Tapper rumbling his way down the field. You could hear it. I can! And Kaiser goes, no, you can't, big boy, sit down. That was 300 pounds trying to work his way down the field. He ran a 6.5 40. I don't know if you knew that.
Hey, Tapper number 91. He's a lot faster with stamina than he is without, significantly faster. He doesn't just lose speed. He loses everything that he's got, all the juice.
He went all out for about 6 yards and was done. He was like, I've used all the stamina I could possibly have. 1st and 10, Rams catch a break as Bags drops back. Bags is going to just stare at the free blitzer and decide that throwing the ball, not that important. Couldn't make the read. It's going to bring up 2nd and long.
Tough read right there.
Quarterback play today, Bomber. It's rough.
You have to understand what the defense is in and have an understanding of what they're showing you. If they're showing you some kind of edge heat, you have to kind of adapt to it as a quarterback. You have to say, okay, it looks like it might be some edge heat here. What am I going to do in case it is? And you're just not getting those questions, and there's just not really making the right decisions out there.
That, though, was a very nice throw in between the coverage, finding the in route on the left side to Sammy Watkins. Going to cut it to a 3rd and 8.
Just trusting his arm. A.J. Baggs has a really strong arm, and that was his asset coming out of college. That's the reason why he was the number 1 overall pick. Louisville University, 6'4", 228. All the intangibles as far as physical traits go. You know, he's got the strong arm. He's 6'4", big in stature, great high release, quick release. But it just seems between the ears, he lacks just a little bit, and his ball gets away from him sometimes. So A.J. Baggs, we've seen the ups and downs of him, but if he puts together a good drive here, and they get 21 on the board going into the 4th, we got ourselves a ball game.
Play clock just at 1 second. A.J. Baggs can take another sack. It's the double A gap. You assume it's mid-blitz. You got to get rid of the ball, and now instead of getting anything off of that fumble, man, that big boy put in a lot of work to return that all the way past midfield, and you gave it all back, Baggs.
He's probably still gassed right now. Left side, though, one-on-one coverage. He had that dig route coming. I don't know why he just didn't anticipate his man being open. It was one-on-one coverage, cover 0. You got the dig. I just didn't
spin move
for it right there.
Taking that.
But he's down.
But spin move. Sandog saying, all right, fellas, have a good night. Wifey time for me. Congratulations, Sandog. Have a great night. Darth Ben, I'm just ignoring from now on. I'm just done. By the way, JY did say in the chat, I did used to have worse response time, Bomber. It was because it was on IR technology, and now it is no longer on that. So thanks to, that's that Best Buy knowledge. That was JY.
Oh, well, he probably just Googled it. If I really cared enough, I would have Googled it too and then said that. But I'm just giving you an example. Darth Ben, I'm going to give you a little insight to the gimmick of Darth Ben and how great he is after this run.
Boom, fumble! Bradford, back-to-back carries, puts it on the ground. Wow. This one picked up by his own lineman. Carry on.
It's still a lot of that outside running there. You got to contain him. And even if he does get hit by a linebacker, multiple things happen with Derek Bradford. He either fumbles the ball or he gets injured.
JY says Google these.
Google wait, he means Dez Bryant.
He's
not on
Bryant.
team yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep it PG. All right, so Darth Ben, here's his gimmick. I think he wins 1 to 2 games if he gets some sim wins in grid.
Sure.
And every year he goes, this is the year I'm going 16-0.
He and Brawler come from the same confidence school.
Yeah, but Darth Ben is actually like on a different level of bad. He's about as bad as DB's internet. That's his gameplay. His
That's
gameplay
no
is
good.
Brawler's net. So.
Oh no!
But I absolutely love Darth Ben. He's funny, but he completely ruined the Lions. Like, he got rid of Stafford like 2 years in.
Stafford was the problem. Get rid of him.
It didn't resemble anything that we had going on in NBL. He benched Stafford, too. He had a season where Stafford rode the bench, too. So it was,
Hey, look, it's another toss play for Bradford, and the Rams have figured this out as they bring down Bradford. Bradford's basically had 2 carries, Bomber. It was the 75-yard touchdown on his first carry and the Wildcat run that went for 40. Other than that, he has been well contained.
He's a home run hitter. If he gets out into open field and gets you with that little spin move and kind of just salsa dances you to death, there's an opportunity there for him at halfback.
Play action, looking for Waters. Waters gets drilled but holds on to the ball, and somebody passed that stick up to the receivers in Oakland, because I never get that catch. Big catch by Waters, big first down.
Still a really late read from Kaiser. I don't like how it took so long to get rid of that ball. That was open. That should have been led up the field at the point in which it was splitting the safeties. Instead, you see that little light blue zone? He gets back into the play and makes a tackle, and arguably could have jumped that route and picked that ball if he made a great play and had some high play recognition. We didn't see it there, but still just a little bit of a late throw for Kaiser.
Hey, Bradford trying to go outside. Hey, the Rams read that one. Ferbley is in the chat saying that's why you don't run a cover 2 zone blitz. The middle of the field is absolutely wide open. 100% true as we go to the fourth quarter. Bomber, I at least myself, stay away from those cover 2 zone blitzes because they really don't guard anything. And considering how much of the offense over the middle of the field, it really leaves you very vulnerable.
It's the next level of strategy, though. If I'm playing somebody like, let's say, Lip, he would not expect that. But if the heat can get there quick and it takes away the drag underneath and I'm using the middle, if I can get there quick enough, it has some positivity to it. But in all honesty,
Kaiser launches it. Man open. It's Holloway. Cutting, weaving, winding his way down inside the 20 to the 17-yard line as the pressure didn't get there in time and Kaiser delivered a dot inside the red zone.
Yeah, that's just playmaker up the field. Just too much time. Not enough pressure from the Rams. This is a team that was known for their defensive line play, but no more Aaron Donald. He's in Chicago balling out for the Bears. And right now, it just seems like they have no pressure on Kaiser or this quarterback group here.
A nice one there by Bradford. Kept it inside, and it worked out. Timbo, our Bleach Report insider, saying the Rams sideline's very animated on that last change of possession. Seems the defense would like a breather and some support from the offense. I can't blame them because I think I see oxygen masks just strapped on everybody. They're trying to give these guys any help they can, and the offense is not helping out as it looks like. This one, a former Detroit Lions special. Don't know if he's still
I've seen a lot of his plays similar to mine.
He waited a second, found Bradford, touchdown Seahawks.
He had a lot of it. That playoff game last year, he picked up some stuff. He went back and took some notes. But I can beat myself, though. That's not hard.
I mean, again,
Mr. Miyagi has to know how to stop himself, right? I mean,
yeah.
he right?
This is tough because, again, in no way do... it's very easy sitting up here to call games. Very easy to point out mistakes and whatnot. And you never want to diminish the fact the Seahawks are up 20 at this point. And
they're about to be 5-0 in the league.
And
they had a good season last year, made it to the what was it? They made it to the NFC Championship game. Can't remember.
Yes.
When we actually played. Okay, yeah. So,
Yep.
I mean, this is a good team, and they're a balanced team. But without Russell Wilson at quarterback right now, you got Kaiser under center. That's the vulnerability here for the Seattle Seahawks. I've seen some great defensive play, though.
There's been some good defensive play. Here's what I'm saying. It's hard. You don't want to take away from wins, but Deshaun Kaiser hasn't really made any difficult throws today. It's been a lot of easy reads. And let's look at their schedule so far. They have a 12-point win over the winless Eagles. They have a 30-point win over the 1-4 Cardinals. They have a 4-point win over the 2-3 Saints. They have a 24-point win over the Redskins, who are sitting there at 3-2. That's their best win so far. As Bags looks underneath, it is complete up to the 36-yard line, and he is staying down on the play. Bomber, for me, the big test, they have a bye week. They play the Giants and the Steelers after that. That's going to really show how good the Seahawks team is.
I think they could beat the Giants. The Seahawks, even though I like the Giants as well, it's a lot easier to sit here and say, hey, this guy's open, look at this guy, because you're not having to deal with the actual heat of the game.
If I could make reads on in my actual games like I do on NBL Live, I'd be undefeated.
Absolutely.
100%.
Who won it, though? I mean, it's just, people do it. I've been in a chat with multiple people, and they will say, oh, this guy was open, that guy was open. I was like, hey, man, I can't look everywhere. I'm looking this side of the field. You know, I wish I could see every route, but honestly, don't strive for that. That's a hard thing to accomplish. That's just a bad throw.
It's just not good as Pollard. Pollard's showing off his wheels. He's trying to make guys miss down to the 12-yard line. This ball game is sealed up with 4:14 to go. As Perry shoulder strain, that'll keep him out a couple weeks. Bomber, this Rams team.
I like pricing the chat. He said nice spin. His sarcasm levels, guys, are about at 110 right now. He's pretty funny, man. I would tell you a story that he told me about Josh once, but it's not PG at all. It's not
a PG.
Yeah, it's really bad, but it's hilarious. If you know Pricey, it was probably one of the funniest things he's ever told me.
I do have to, first of all, didn't do it during the third quarter, but again, we'd like to remind everybody that our game is brought to you by our graphic sponsor, Web3KS.com. We talk about them all the time. They do a ton of graphics for us. If you or anyone you know needs graphics done for affordable price, hit up Web3KS.com. Let them know NBL sent you. You will get a 15% discount on your order. 15, 1-5, not 5-0.
1-5, not 5-0. Don't
all
say we
business
said 50.
It's 15.
Clip it if you think that.
15% discount. Web3KS.com, the leaders in affordable graphic design.
All right, Decca's leaving. You want me to read his last statement in the
sure.
Decca Voids?
Sure.
All right, fellas. Much love. Got to work in the morning. I'm out.
Bomber, what the hell are you doing?
All right, let's go with the Decca story real quick. All right, so one time we have a free agency rules in the NBL. Obviously, if you've read the rules, if you haven't and just watching for entertainment value, our rules are basically say this. You've got to either match the current bids that are on the board or you got to go up by 10. As we got an orbit bubble screen coming here from left to right. No, it's going to be handoff inside zone.
PJ Albright, former Lion.
Former Minnesota Vikings, Super Bowl champion with the Minnesota Vikings. Hop did a good job bringing on. I don't know if he really used Alberry, but he brought him in and let me know Alberry won a championship with me and not him. And yeah, it hurt a little bit. I originally thought I would like Alberry, but back to the story. So you got to go up 10 points on the bid. And anybody who's played franchise mode, it's a point system. If you haven't, that's how it works. You make a bid, and it's ranked at a certain number of points because we were getting people just going over 1 point, and that was causing the determining factor to win a bid. So I'm sitting there trying to adjust my bid. Let's just say he's at like an 85. I'm on that bid, and I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to go 85 or I want to go 95. So I'm seeing how much it costs to get me to 85. So originally I punch a number in there, and I get to 87. And then I'm like, okay. And then I punch another number in there, and then I'm at 86. And then I punch another number in there, and I get to 94 because I'm really trying to get to 95 to go over top of him. Well, when I hit that 94, Decca goes, "That's it, Bomber. What the hell are you doing?" And he starts questioning me on the rules. And I told him, dude, I'm just trying to adjust my bid. I haven't seen, nothing's final yet. I haven't seen a bid.
I'm sorry. No.
Oh, wait.
No. That's a no from me. Nope, I'm done. Absolutely not. No.
Okay, did he Shawn Michaels himself from his back to his
no.
feet? We're going to have to see that. We're going to clip that one. Somebody clip that for us. Where's our NBL guys doing the clips? Actually, I got to talk about them. Where have they been at? We got 57 watching right now, checking out that story.
Nope. Can't handle it. Doink off the post. No.
Can someone tell me how he got up on that though? Like what?
Draco, if Draco is in the chat, I'm not sure if he's here, but Draco, that happened when we were playing in week 2. I threw MBM, get out of the chat. Don't come in and no MBM, don't be that guy. It happened against me and Draco. Mr. Marcus Mariota, which I'm sure Sonny knows, can get a little wild with the arm. Overthrew a receiver wide open by a good 10 yards. Picked off by the free safety, who fell down. I had 2 wide receivers at the 20-yard line. Both of them dive over the top of the guy who is down, as Metal Lizard 1662 now following. Didn't down him. He crawled up as slow as he can and returned it 70 yards for a touchdown. My controller was broken.
Sometimes, you know, and honestly, as much as we've played, I've not really dealt with those things like as frequently as previous Maddens, but not really previous, but like 2 Maddens ago.
Oh, sure.
You see kind of fluky stuff all the time.
It's again, I think we've always said this, Bomber. End of the cycle, things get wonky.
Yeah, I honestly, I wonder if it's because the amount of players in there become Madden created players, and they're kind of juiced a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And maybe he got that. I mean, I just want to know how he got up.
He recovered
there,
that
honestly,
fumble with one hand, got up faster than I've ever seen anybody get up, like Shawn Michaels kipping up, and then managed to avoid everybody.
Yeah.
I'm just done. I'm just done.
Dog Brawler needs to clip that and send it to us. Maybe we'll play that on the air here in the postgame.
What I will say, I got to give a big shout out to some guys in the chat because of their hard work, and I don't think we shout them out enough. I got to give a big shout out to our Bleacher Report team. They do a ton of work. Timbo, Bananas, Fella, JY, and MBM, all of them at the Bleacher Report team do a ton of work. JY has been awesome for us, doing a ton of graphics, especially on the fly if we need something done quickly. JY knows how to throw them together pretty quickly. Timbo does a great job of keeping up with news and notes, and they tweet out as much as anybody. As Bags just can take a deep shot one-on-one, why not? Over David Amerson, who swats that one away. So, Bomber, I think Bleacher Report, one of our biggest assets here at the NBL. They do such a great job.
Yeah, an overlooked asset at times. A lot of times, you know, you look at this work that they're doing and the information that they're putting up, and you think to yourself, okay, you know, that's some great work, but nobody's really, you know, we're just taking. I don't say we take it for granted, but it's there and it's been so consistent. That's probably more of a positive spin. Let me put it that way. We take it for granted because it has been so consistent and it's there. It's almost like ESPN or any news outlet you get from real life news. You just expect it to be there. It's there, and you don't really say, man, that's really cool. And I think we should take a time to say, hey, man, that's really cool. I think Timo's been impressive, consistent throughout this whole cycle. Yeah. JY has been phenomenal. We've needed him the most the last 2 months. He's just came through like didn't miss a beat. And Fella Blitz is paving new ways.
If you haven't watched the Jeans list on Twitter,
the Jeans list is great.
I have a feeling.
Just go more towards just slandering people.
AJ Baggs is going to get on that.
Yeah. I got a feeling too. I think he should start the message off with maybe like a trash bag and act like he's looking for AJ Baggs. I think this is what the bag is. His middle name's Trash.
Please
AJ Trash Bag.
Come on, fella. We're giving you your gold here.
Yeah, man. Wait, I lay it out for you to play it out. Come on now.
As we've hit the 2-minute warning, 43-14. This game was close. LA, let's not forget, LA picked up a fumble off of Derek Bradford, down 24-14, an opportunity to cut it back to a one-score game, and they just couldn't do it. Seattle broke this open with one of the most bull honky fumble recoveries I've seen, but just whittling these guys away, Bomber. The execution on the side of the Seattle Seahawks was just at another level.
Absolutely. The Seahawks played phenomenal today. I know we critiqued a lot of the Seattle Seahawks play, but we do that because the Seahawks are one of those teams that's kind of on the cusp of being a Super Bowl team. So we're always going to be looking at what they can improve, what are their weaknesses as we take that storyline into the playoffs. But right now, the Seahawks are improving to 5-0. Still early in the year. Do I think they're playoff form ready? Absolutely not. I think they have a lot of questions that need to be answered. But right now, this team's 5-0. The fan base is excited. This is a team that went to the NFC Championship game last year. They got the Giants and Steelers coming up in the next couple weeks. You know, it is midseason test time for the Seattle Seahawks as they win 43-14 today. I said it would be 38-17 or 30, something like that. 43-14. You're gonna give me that dub or what?
I'll give you a dub on that one.
All right, thanks.
As I'm getting up near 200 broadcasts, I've become nicer, I think.
All right, well, that's cool. We'll take it.
It's a total lie. I've just become more cynical in my older age. As we're going down to the wire here, folks, a reminder, be sure to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe if you want to be entered in our NBL giveaways. We've given away a bunch of stuff already to our subs, including a year's worth of Xbox Live. We've given away T-shirts. We've given away Xbox gift packs. So just hit that subscribe button if you want to be a part of those giveaways. As on 4th and 10, they're going to take the knee, I guess, and turn that ball over. Hit that follow button so you know each and every time we go live. We've got a ton of stuff coming up, Bomber. For the people out there who are maybe new here, let them know what bonus coverage is all about. We got our NBL live broadcast as you see tonight, but what is bonus coverage all about?
You want me to sell them on bonus coverage? How many people we got in here watching right now?
We got 53 right now.
All right, bonus coverage. If you ever see bonus coverage on the title, it's an absolute just a trash show. It's going to be mayhem. It's going to be not even worth watching. It's not going to be PG. It's not safe for the kids. It's not safe for... I'm going for like the world's worst barbecue as a slogan for a restaurant. Okay, it's horrible. You're going to see that in there. It's just going to be me rambling on, and I'm talking to my audience. I'm going after him. I'm talking trash behind OSU's back. I'm saying, hey, you see that little chubby guy there on the right? Yeah, you'll see him on NBL Live. That's our flagship show. If you want to see a good show, come back for that. That's what I say. But if you want to watch bonus coverage, it's just raw down games that we don't put on NBL Live. It's fun. It gets our Twitch viewers up. It gets our Twitch hours up. We're trying to hit 30 this month. So you'll see us bonus coverage there in the title. It'll be just me by myself, kind of just shooting the stuff with
Bananas chiming in on his old-timey can to a string microphone.
Oh gosh, and Bananas' mic is so bad. I mean, it's a grimy production of what you see here, but it's fun. So if you like having fun, which I'd say probably about 40% of you guys watching right now, the other 60% is here strictly for the flash, for the bells and whistles. I understand that. I respect that. And our highest broadcasting concurrent viewers of all time on bonus coverage is 37. So we're going to beat that. Actually, I don't even want to beat that. I don't want to get too high. I don't want to go mainstream, you know? Keep it low. Let's get under 20 viewers.
All right, JY also mentioning game night. If you hit the follow button, we do NBL game night. Every once in a while with bonus coverage. We do it when we can. I mean, you'll see NBL guys playing some different games. We've done Fortnite. We've done Friday the 13th. It's just hit that follow button so you know.
We got a clip of that thing. You want to try to pull it up?
Which with the fumble?
Yeah, they said he clipped it. Do you need me to send you the link?
I think I can pull it up. I've got it.
I just want to see it. We'd have to mute it though because the sound obviously is going to be us talking.
Wow, these are in an order. Why do we have June 18th stuff up first? Okay, anywho. Oh boy, we have a lot of clips. Oh lord. You got the link? Oh my god. Have you seen how many clips we have? Big shout out to our clip team.
Yeah, they do a good job. Just they haven't clipped in a little bit, but we haven't been on. You know, we just came back 2 days ago. Hey, Draco, DB, hey, Mr. Wireless, get those clips coming. We need more of those clips coming up on.
If somebody has the link to the clip, send it to me
on Twitter. Okay,
there are a ton. Oh
yeah, send it on Group Me to OSU.
We'll put that one up.
If you'll get that link here, I think I can get it for you real quick. I think they already. Oh, it hasn't been tweeted yet. I'm absolutely wrong on that.
Okay, well, whenever you get it, just send it to me. We'll show that before we go off the air. Let's take our NBL Live player of the game selection. Bummer, I would have gone with Derek Bradford because he was 150 yards on the ground is great, but he did fumble it twice. Francis Holloway, on the other hand, had 6 catches for 107 yards. He's who I'd go with because he just didn't turn the ball over. Deshaun Kaiser had a nice game. Bobby Wagner was very good in the middle of that defense with an interception. Who do you think for player of the game?
All right, I'm going to have to get the list again. I'm in the middle. I'm talking with Daddy Leagues. We're talking some business about the EA Access 64-man tournament. You're interested in getting it, go to 365.com.
Right there. Put it I think Francis Holloway had 107 as DQuashi 1012 now following here on Twitch. Appreciate the follow. I think Derek Bradford had too many fumbles for me. He had 156 yards but 2 fumbles. I'd go with Francis Holloway. 107 yards on 6 catches. Really opened up the offense. It was that deep threat for Kaiser. But Bobby Wagner also played great in the middle of that defense. Had an interception on the day.
You know, I'm always prone to giving it to Bobby Wagner, but let's go with Francis Holloway because he came out here balling today. He's been their #1 target this season at wide receiver. Continues this game. I mean, he looked phenomenal. Broadcast number 223. I mean, we could just take a look at Holloway. He went in there with 15 catches, 282 yards, 4 touchdowns, improved on that today, and just solidifying himself as an elite receiver in the NBL. Very important for the prestige of this organization to have an elite wide receiver. It seems like they've always had one. They brought in A.J. Green. It didn't really work out towards the end of his career. And now they got Francis Holloway, young 5'11", spry, young, fast. You can pretty much do it all at wide receiver.
Big shout out to Francis Holloway, your NBL Live Player of the Game selection here for Broadcast 223. If you want to check out any of our Player of the Game selections, you can go to our website, 365.madambombly.com. Under the NBL Live tab, you can check it out all the way back to broadcast number 1. It's a fun look back at NBL history. You can also apply to join the NBL. Under the join tab, you can also apply for our second annual 64-man tournament during EA Access. That's all on our website, 365.madambombleague.com. Did anybody send me that clip?
Well, who clipped it? Was Wireless clipped it? All right, let me ask him one last time.
Anybody? Anyone?
I probably can find it real quick. Let me just go look.
Cool.
Before we get off the air, I just want to.
I'm just looking at these. There are a ton, and they're in a random order.
Okay, I'll find it for you. I'm on the page. Actually, I just seen your face on there. It's pretty.
Hello. How you doing?
Pretty funny.
We're doing this on the fly, folks.
It was clipped by Dark Brawler, right?
Probably.
Gold standard. All right, Seahawks. All right, I found it. Seahawks Force. Here, I'm gonna send you the link of it. All right.
Cool. This is that on the fly.
Oh gosh.
Editing.
Okay, I can tell you where it's at on the clips.
Sure.
If you go all the way down, it's the bottom left, and it says season 32, week 5.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah.
By the way, this is what we're looking at. A lot of clips here, but
I'm actually gonna take a look at it right now.
Here we go.
Decker goes. That's it, Bomber. What the hell are you doing?
There's that great impression.
Questioning me on the rules, and I told him, dude, I'm just trying to adjust my bid. I haven't seen nothing's final yet. I haven't seen a bid.
I'm sorry. No.
Oh, wait, no. I just watched it right now. Did y'all watch it?
Nope. That's a no from me. Nope, I'm done.
Did you play it? What's going on?
Let's play it.
Absolutely not. No.
I'm listening to my despair.
So we got the sound on, and I'm talking over it, just stomping on. Okay.
Thanks, man.
Sorry about that. I was doing the Deca voice when it started, though. That was it wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
No, it was bad. It was really bad. No, here's why it was really bad.
He's out of bounds, right? He should be out of bounds.
Not only does the ball get taken out on the sidelines, the ball doesn't roll out of bounds, which never happens. His helmet is on the white, so I guess he's not touching the ball out of bounds. He then picks it up one-handed while laying on the ground, then just pops back up with nobody around him, nobody touching him while he's down, and gets into the end zone. No.
Oh, yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, too.
No,
if they look back
not.
on that.
Nope.
Yeah. First of all, how does he not have any kind of momentum that shifts him out of bounds?
Yeah.
The ball stops on a dime, and then he doesn't even make eye contact with the ball. He just reaches his hands out and is like, "Yo, there's the ball right there. I'm gonna pick that up." And then he gets up in a pretty athletic. I don't know. It felt like you were talking to me because every time I was like talking, you just kept going, no. And I was like, wait, is he saying that now? Okay.
Anywho,
That's it. Yeah.
That's all we got. That's what. Why am I? Well, okay. Here, I'm gonna share this photo that old NBM just sent me because it's pretty funny.
Who sent this?
NBM.
Is the guy just out of bounds or what?
He took a shot over the top
of the play.
Yep, of the fumble recovery.
Oh, wow. He's just completely out of bounds, probably.
Here you go. There he is. Let's zoom in there, folks. That's your fumble recovery right there. Just head well over the white. Oh, man.
Well, maybe his head was off the ground, man. Maybe it was the Sean Elliott.
You know what that picture
miracle.
reminds me of, Bomber? TM3INT. Trey McIntyre and his corpse. That's what that reminds me of. Shout out to Trey McIntyre.
Honestly, we got to get into some kind of we need to go see somebody about dumping some of this information, like clearing the cache on my brain here, because remembering some of these guys' names.
Oh my God.
Madden created guys in depth from 2 or 3 Maddens ago. It really starts blurring the lines between reality and what's really going on. Because the fact that you even called it, TM3INT.
Trey
Shout out to
McIntyre.
our good friend.
Shout out to Trey. That'll do it for us tonight, folks. Our next broadcast will be Friday night. Next NBL Live broadcast. There will probably be bonus coverage before that. But our next NBL Live
Yeah, we got
broadcast.
bonus coverage coming tomorrow.
Sweet. So tomorrow night, look for bonus coverage. Hit that follow button so you know when we go live. Our next NBL Live will be Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. We have the Chiefs taking on the Vikings. Should be a great battle here on NBL Live. We are going to get out of here. Appreciate everybody tuning in to NBL Live Broadcast 223. For my co-host, Bomber, I'm OSU. Once again, the Seattle Seahawks destroy the LA Rams to stay undefeated. We will see you Friday night on NBL Live. We'll see you throughout the week on bonus coverage. We will continue seeing you throughout this final season of the Madden 18 cycle.